Hello, everybody. I'm a practicing therapist and a doctoral student of psychology. Today, we are going to go over some of the traits that avoidants actually exhibit and show when they are in love with you. And I think this is very important because a lot of folks want to know, does my partner love me? Is this relationship going anywhere? Is there any hope? Because a lot of avoidant individuals, their love is not prominent. They might not even tell you they love you, even though they might. But they might not be ready for it. They might not be committing fully, even though you guys are practically a relationship, but they might not admit it. And so being in love with an avoidant and avoiding loving you does not always look the way that you might think it looks if there's two people who are secure. And unfortunately, there's also a lot of advice online or wherever that says if a person loves you, you'll just know. That's great for most people. I'm going to be honest and straight with y'all. That's not true with avoidance. An avoidant can love you, and I bet a lot of y'all are with people who do love you, but you don't know it. And that's why I'm making this video, so that you guys can know it, because they probably do love you and you deserve to know that. And so the very first one, how you know an avoidant loves you, is they give you their emotional resources, okay? So what's an example? What does that mean? Let's say they had a long day at work, and you ask them that maybe you had a long day too, and you text them and say, hey, can you call me after work? I need, I want to vent. I'm not feeling good. What do? They had a stress day, but they will still say, okay, I'll call you. And they do call you. They mean it. They do that even if they're going through a lot of stuff. They're juggling a lot of stuff. They're going to give you their emotional resource. They don't have to. They could tell you, no, I'm stressed. They could not answer the phone. They could lie and say, hey, I didn't see your message. They could, but they didn't. They said, okay. Or they're honest with you, right? And they say, I'm feeling really stressed, but I'll see what I can do. Whatever it is, they're trying to, give you that emotional resource, right? Even an example could be they're stressed at work and you're texting them and they still reply to your messages. They still try. Their emotional resources, they don't have to give it to you. Avoidant individuals don't really have that much emotional bandwidth at this point, right? Especially if they're not very healed, but they're giving you as much as they can. And that's a lot, right, for them. It means that they love you. It truly does. The next one is exhibit protectiveness. A little bit more common with male avoidance, but it does happen with female avoidance as well, okay? This individual may demonstrate they care about you through protective gestures. It could be also things like trying to take care of you, such as in a nurturing sense, maybe cooking for you, maybe making sure that you have a jacket on, texting you and saying, did you make it home okay? Did your plane land? Whatever it may be, because they're trying to ensure your safety and your well-being, right? They want to make sure you're okay. And why? Why is this so important? Avoidant individuals, they actually, if they love you, they feel a discomfort. They truly do. And they're trying to battle that discomfort. They feel discomfort when you're in a dangerous situation. If you're uncomfortable, it's truly for them. Of course, it's because they love you, but they don't feel comfortable not knowing the answer. Are you okay? How can I help you? Are you getting sick? Can I cook for you? Is it cold outside? Let me get you a jacket. It's coming from their own uncomfort and anxiety about you, right? Not that you're going to leave them or hurt them. I don't think y'all will do that, but it's just that they care and they don't really always know what to do with that feeling. And so it comes out in this protectiveness, right? That's why it comes out that way. That's why it looks that way. The next one is actually encouragement and celebration to some extent, right? They actually are your advocate. They cheer you on. They celebrate your success and talents. They actually may show genuine interest in your achievements. Interesting enough, some patients have even reported to me that they notice themselves, or I might even notice it in session when they're just talking, that they brag about their partner to somebody else. I even see it in session where like I'm working with a couple, and even when they're having a legit conflict in the actual session, which happens a lot, they might say, oh, I know she's smart. She's the smartest person at her job, right? And you can, even when they're fighting, he is still, or she, but this is just an example, right? Still protective and encouraging and emotionally involved and attached to this person, right? By always celebrating that success. That's really important. The next one is actually increased initiation. It doesn't mean it's all the time, but you will notice if you look back at it compared to what they used to be, there is that increased initiation. Avoidants actually struggle to initiate contact. And when they begin to initiating plans a little bit more, sharing activities, you can start seeing this is a growth. It signals growth of affection. They might be planning on doing like a little barbecue by themselves outside. And then they think, you know what? Maybe I'll invite my partner and they text you, hey, are you available? I'm thinking about firing up the grill. Do you want to join me? Right? And so you see that increased initiation, okay? The next one is increasing and expressing expectations for you, right? If an avoidant starts expressing things that they wish that you would improve on, let's say, for example, they want you more independent, they want you more emotionally regulated, whatever their version is, it sounds like they're being critical, but it's not necessarily that they're being critical. It's actually that they care about the relationship, right? Just like how sometimes let's say you're not avoidant and you might say, hey, I want you to be more emotionally involved, or I'm wondering why the frequency of bedroom intimacy has decreased. Like, what's going on? I wish that you would, work on that. You see how you have expectations for them. Why? Because you're invested in the relationship, you care about them, and you want these things to improve for yourself because you care about the relationship, for them because you care about them, and then for the relationship because you feel like it'll make a much more healthy and significant improvement on the better well-being of both individuals involved. That's why you do it, right? It's the same reason they're doing it. They might not recognize it that clearly, but the truth of the matter is, they want you to get better because you matter to them. They want you to improve because you're part of their life now. So yeah, if they didn't have expectations for you, the truth of the matter is they might not care that much. They care about you. That's why they have those expectations. And it's very important to recognize this is also a sign of them being a little vulnerable to you. They're telling you what they want in the relationship. And that comes from their love and admiration and care and attachment for you, okay? The next one is actually that they admit their fears. It might not even come across as, I'm terrified of this, come and save me. I don't know if it come across like that, but it might be more that they begin to share worries or vulnerability, right? And it usually is because it reflects trust and actually readiness for deeper emotional connection. So why not we give an example so that we kind of know, what does admitting fears even look like? Let's say they have a little bit of a stressful day coming up and they say, hey, I have a one-on-one meeting with my boss. I'm usually, close with my boss, but I know that things have been a little bit stressful on his end. And so I know that the meeting might be a little bit more, I want it to be proactive, but it might lean into more reactive because I know that my boss is really stressed out, and I'm not really sure what's going to go. I feel confident in myself, but I'm still feeling a little uncomfortable. And so it doesn't sound like they're saying, oh, I'm terrified of my boss or I'm scared of the outcome, because it's not necessarily that, but it is a worry. I'm afraid a little bit about this outcome. I'm pretty sure it's going to be fine, but I'm still a little uncomfortable. So you can see them starting to express that to you. That's a great example because that's usually where it starts. It usually starts with work stress or things that are a little bit outside of maybe their own inward feelings. Like, it's not going to be like, hey, when I was young, my dad used to come home late and it made me sad. That's probably not where it's going to start, right? It might, but usually it's going to start more like this, okay? The last one is that you actually start seeing that they're comfortable apologizing, okay? I'll be real with you guys, and y'all know I'm always trying to be real. I'm honest with you. Avoidants find it difficult to apologize. But genuine apologies are actually a very strong signal for emotional growth and care. Because sometimes, even if they don't like to apologize, hurting you hurts more. And if they apologize, it means that you'll be hurting less, and it means that they want to make sure they don't do it again. That's what it usually means, right? And so those are the ways avoidants show you that they love you. Let's go ahead and summarize it and then we'll wrap it up, okay? The first one is that they give you their emotional resources. The second one is they exhibit protectiveness. The third one is that they show encouragement and celebration towards you. The fourth one is initiating that contact with you, increased initiation. Fifth one, expressing expectations about the relationship and you. The sixth one is admitting fears, and the seventh one is apologizing. I hope this video was helpful. Please like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.